Hello and welcome back to J.P.s Retro World, where we cover all things wrestling and beyond. As long as it's retro, I'm going to talk about it. If you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Of course you know what I'm saying. All of you know what I'm saying. So today, we're going to talk about one of the TV shows that, once again, I'm going to admit this is one of my guilty pleasures. It's a TV show that, growing up in the church, I didn't really tell a whole lot of people that I enjoyed this show because they would have looked at me like, "Oh, how could you watch something like that? That's so bad. Such a horrible show." Well, in some ways, I guess it was, but that's why I call it a guilty pleasure. But honestly, I just thought it was funny. I thought it was a ridiculous show, and part of me thinks that that's why I liked it so much. It's because it was ridiculous. And as a married man, I would never ever talk to my wife the way that this character did on this TV show. I would never talk to him that way. My wife would never talk to me that way. But it was just ridiculous. Some of the stuff he got away with telling people, and some of the video or some of the episodes on this show were just screamingly funny, I thought. So today we're talking about dun 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 dun. Oh, I'm not going to sing it. But here it is, Married with Children. This is the entire series, the complete series on DVD. Now, a lot of people think that DVDs are outdated, and maybe they are, but I still like DVDs. I still watch DVDs on occasion. If I can stream, I will. But sometimes, I like a good old-fashioned DVD, especially with this series. As you can see on the back, shows the whole cast there, the family, the Bundys, featuring that guy, Al Bundy. There he is on the front, making a typical Al Bundy face. Funny show. And I guess funny is subjective. Some of you probably thought this show was stupid and idiotic and moronic, and it was, but it was still, in my opinion, it was funny. Now, some of my favorite episodes include some from the first few seasons, including the one where Al gets his own toilet and builds his own bathroom, and he gets his own Ferguson. That's like the toilet brand that he uses, and that's the toilet brand that he's always dreamed of having. You know that your life is full of misery when your biggest joy in life is getting a toilet, like the brand of toilet that you've always wanted. And I can remember a scene on this episode where he's got the toilet opened up in a crate. He's looking at it, and he starts crying, looking up to the heavens like, "Dad, you'll be proud of me. I have my own Ferguson." And as in describing his new toilet, he's like, "These toilets today, they're so weak. They call that a flush. That's not a flush. But a Ferguson, that's a men's toilet. Bad whoosh." So it's just fun. It's just funny stuff. And oh man, so many funny episodes, so many great episodes. I also like the one where their neighbor Marcy loses, or her husband Steve, rather, sells her Barbie. Like her Barbie that she was saving to give to her daughter when she eventually has one. And so Steve and Al have to eventually go out and find the Barbie. And then in the process, they get beat up. And then there's the episode where Al and Peggy pretend to be their neighbors, Steve and Marcy, and they go on this game show and win prizes. And it's just... And then eventually they have to compete against Steve and Marcy, who claim to be Al and Peggy. And then there's actually an episode on here where King Kong Bundy, legendary WWF wrestler King Kong Bundy, makes an appearance. He plays one of Peggy's brothers, I think. I think he plays one of her brothers. And, it's just such funny stuff. And now, his comebacks, a lot of his insults, oh my goodness, they're so... I encourage you, if anything, go to YouTube and click in Married with Children, Al Bundy's Greatest Insults. And just, sit back and relax and enjoy. Because it's just funny stuff. So, anyway, Yes, I've been singing the praises of this TV show. That's because it's one of my favorite sitcoms of all time. Because I always just thought it was hilarious. And it's one of those shows that even though it was kind of raunchy at times, my dad also was another guy that was a really big fan of the show. So he and I would sit back and kind of watch the show. It was just funny stuff. Anyway, pig, not tonight, pig. Some low. He's like a shoe salesman, was degrading, low-paying job, and his family. None of his family will work, and none of them will do anything. And his wife doesn't do any housework and doesn't care about taking care of the children. She just sits home all day watching TV and stuff. And it's just, I don't know. It just makes for some funny stuff. Anyway, that is going to do it for this video. Married with Children. If you like the show, tell me what are some of your favorite episodes. I know one of you has commented, who happens to be my cousin. I know he also happens to be a big fan of the show. Him and I kind of in the same wavelength as far as what the funny episodes of the show are. But let me know in the comments, what were your favorite episodes of the show? What are some of your favorite all-time favorite shows? Leave them in the comments below. That's going to do it for this video. If you're new, please take the time to like the video. Please take the time to subscribe. We're having fun here. We're talking about all things old school WWF, old school wrestling, retro movies, TV shows, you name it. I'm crazy. I'm talking about everything here. I'm talking about TV shows, movies, wrestling. Whatever you got. Whatever you got, let's talk about it. Anyway, if you're new, okay, I'll go through the whole spiel again. If you're new, please like and subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And I will definitely see you next time.